So I'm thinking about this just because I feel like I'm seeing all these like it's so interesting. I'm seeing all of these channels, and it's mostly I feel like the black girls in the developing world. I feel like I'm seeing these like Nigerian girls who are not everyone. Like I feel like the few that I follow, they're not doing this, but they're making like these fake scammer channels because they're trying to like find meaning and purpose within themselves. It seems and I would say this just from something that I have learned. I mean, I don't actually know if these girls will ever watch this, but like I understand that like it's not all, but there's a lot of like anti-blackness even in Africa, especially among the men. And if you're a woman and you're basically feeling like you are not valued by the men around you, I would encourage you to take that hit and cry it out if you need to. Cry, cry, cry. If you need to cry, cry. But pick your fucking self up. Like pick yourself up and be independent. This is why it's important to like not be with someone if you really think if you're not sure if they're someone, they're probably not, okay? And you dude, that smoothie's coming up. Where was I going with this? Oh, so like instead of like scamming and trying to be popular, which doesn't make any sense, I think instead you should probably just try to be tell us your story. I don't know what your story is, but I want to know your story. Like, what is it that you want? What is it that you're hoping for? What do you know how to get it? Do you have questions about how to get it? Like, I would love to hear that. And I also just want to give another input here where I feel like it's probably useful, and I really hope that more people do that. Do this. Just listen to stories from people who are not in the same space that you're in. So like someone who lives in a different place than you live, and someone who like someone who just has a different worldview, really. I also just really think that like it's crazy how things just clear up when you stop listening to other people. Like sometimes it's nice to listen to other people, it is. But sometimes it's also nice to just like not, right? To just like not. And just do something else. Really anything else. Taking a walk through the neighborhood, okay? Just looking at what's there. Going to get breakfast. Having coffee. Yeah, I don't know. Like all of those are going to the mall, just like looking at clothes. Going to find some free things that you could get into, just kind of existing in the world. You could interact with someone else if you want to, or not. You can just not. Come up with a criticism of some art, right? Art is meant to be critiqued. I made another movie about this, but that's what the film Mona Lisa Smile is about. It's about being an art critic. Maybe more people need to hear kind of the premise of that story, because like we're all not going to interact with art in the same way. We're all going to experience art in our own unique way, and sometimes it's interesting to hear other people's perspective on the art, but also sometimes it's not, and to just like take it in terms of your own wherever you are. But I think it's also pretty important to know where you are. I feel so like sometimes what happens is some people look at others and they think like, I want to be where that other person is. But why? Well, unless like where you are is just so awful that like um you're trying to run away, which is, you know, that could be a case. And if domestic violence is the sort of problem here, please scream scream out for help, because there are tons of people who will help you. That's why it's really important to be in community with other Black women. The pro tip. You won't survive the world on your own. And I do feel like there's it's a very small but growing group of Black women who care. And who are just trying to make very slow strides toward being better, having more empathy, relaying compassion, right? Those types of things. And that is nice. That is nice. I hope that people remain on their own path, even if it doesn't align, or if it's in opposition to someone else's path, which typically that will happen, because I've said this many times, but there's like there aren't an unlimited amount of resources. So like when one person gets a resource, they like competed and they like, you know, were more qualified than someone else who could have gotten that resource. There's a lot of people on planet Earth. And if you're getting opportunities, they are just that. They're opportunities. Like, they don't exist for everyone else. For some people, they do exist, but not like everyone else. So, like, you have to understand that, and then realize that, like, wherever like you are starting, you know, you just be there.